Big deal. Please, all right, he's from Miami. You know, we all thought that Diaz would be the greatest coach in the world. That didn't work out. Miami's got a major problem. It's a terrible sports town. The stadium is a long way from their campus. They are not going to go to games against lousy teams. They go to a couple of games a year. And the days of the Miami preeminence on a week-to-week basis, that is long gone. That is long gone. Plus, is Florida going to want Miami in their conference? I mean, when Miami was a great team, they played Notre Dame every year. They played Florida and Florida State every year. With Bowden. Florida State's a disaster. Florida, they don't want anything to do with them. They're not playing Florida anymore. Notre Dame don't want anything to do with them. They're not playing Notre Dame anymore. So the idea that a coach is going to go down to South Florida and basically do what Schnellenberger did and got Kosar and all those great players and beat Nebraska to win the title, those days are long gone. The Orange Bowl, 80,000 with Musburger on a Saturday night, CBS, Notre Dame's in. Those days are gone. Those are long gone. I agree with you about Notre Dame. I agree with you about...
Hey, what's up, Miami? It's your boy Will from 305 Sports Now. Thank you for watching, and please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to 305 Sports Now. Now, I had to do a pretty much a video podcast on what you just heard just now because that was First Take. I have no idea when that was recorded. It might have been a couple weeks ago because the topic was conference realignment in Miami possibly going to the SEC. But I was flabbergasted at the fact that Maddog Russo would make such comments about the University of Miami and so on about Coach Mario Cristobal, basically downplaying his recruiting, downplaying, the fact that the University of Miami can acquire talent, and also downplaying the fact that this program has been very successful throughout the years, in terms of acquisition of talent. It has a past of getting quality players to come to the university. So that's one of the things that really bothered me in terms of what he said. First things foremost, one thing I have to say is like he had to be the contrarian because first things foremost, when he spoke, he sounded like a drunken sailor. I don't mean to insult the guy, but he's like, "Oh, how can you say that because the University of Miami? Did you see how Mario Cristobal lost to Utah boys and got destroyed?" Yeah, okay. So Coach Cristobal over at Oregon lost twice to Utah, but you can't change the fact that he's posted top 10 recruiting classes when he was at Oregon. All right, you can't discriminate against the fact that he has been a very talented recruiter and he's been a pretty good head coach as well, winning 2 Pac-12 championships, winning a major bowl game, the Rose Bowl in general, and acquiring and sending guys to the NFL. The guy's got what it takes, all right, to be, a high quality coach for years to come. All right. Listen, Coach Cristobal barely even recruited Oregon. All right. He recruited most of his players from California, which is a hotbed for talent. He went out of state, right? Out of state to recruit the players that he needed to make Oregon a successful collegiate football team. What do you think he's going to do with Florida being a hotbed for football talent? Not only does he have Florida, he also has Georgia as well. He also has Louisiana, the state of Louisiana as well. And he also has still connections in California and with the Samoan football players as well. So what in the world is Maddog Russo talking about? All right, this guy's like on radio. Some of these guys first things foremost, I'm a cord cutter. I really don't watch much ESPN. Like I said, I found this, when I was going on YouTube and I was shocked. Listen, to his credit, Paul Feinbaum has been, and Dan Orlovsky, who's pretty much fair with the Canes, but Paul Feinbaum has been an avid critic of the University of Miami for a long time, especially in 2017. He thought the Canes were overrated. He bashed our fan base. He pretty much, which is what Russo did as well, bashed our fan base. But even he looked at Russo like, listen, guys, I mean, the guy, when it comes to television money, the UM is still an attractive commodity. Of course it is. If UM was to go to the SEC right now, they'll be making $100 million. So he talks about, well, do you really think that people are going to go to the games? Listen, 2 games out of the year, Florida State's a disaster. Listen, man. Let me tell you something let me tell something to Maddog Russo right now. It's not listening to me, but I want him to understand one thing. You're right, okay? It's very hard, to fill a Hard Rock Stadium because of its distance, whatever argument you want to make. Also, this is an event town. When Florida State comes to town, that stadium, Hard Rock Stadium, is extremely packed and it's just as loud and it's just as vibrant as any collegiate stadium in the country, like the Swamp over at Tuscaloosa. It doesn't matter, right? Because the Miami fan base is a very rabid fan base. Okay, we love our Canes, so they're gonna show up, all right, to those big games. Kirk Herbstreit was at the Notre Dame a few years ago. We showed up, 68,000 strong or 70,000 strong, I think it was, to whoop Notre Dame's butt and destroy the Fighting Irish. So you think that Miami wouldn't do well in the SEC with the recruiting that Mark Cristobal is doing? We have a top 10 class right now, probably gonna be top 5 by the time we're done if we get a few more guys like Bonsu and Okunula and stuff like that. Jaden Rashada, you really think that the fan base is going to allow you to talk to them about that? You really think Mario Cristobal has not won a national championship? Okay, that's fine. He's been an assistant on national championship winning staffs. He was a GA, all right, when the Canes were competing for national championships in the early 2000s. All right, he was a GA. He coached Brett Romberg. He coached Joaquin Gonzalez. He coached Bryant McKinney. He coached Vernon Carey, if I'm not mistaken. He coached those guys. Okay, those guys went on to be elite offensive linemen and went on to be elite offensive linemen in the NFL. He's coached elite offensive linemen at the collegiate level as well. Penei Sewell, you heard about that guy? All right, top 10 draft pick by the Detroit Lions. Have you heard about that, Mr. Russo? Listen, this is the thing with you guys, some of you guys on ESPN. You don't give a crap about integrity. You don't give a crap about anything. You just want to be the contrarian because you want people like me to talk about you. But at least people like me, people like Alex Dono, David Lake, and so on, and even Josh Patty over at 247, at least we provide integrity and we try to give you the truth with the best of our analysis. Because a lot of those guys on ESPN, the reason why your ratings are going to the toilet is because you sound like hacks. No one believes what you're saying, okay? And you're not the only one. Freaking Skip Bayless has been bashing LeBron for years, calling him LeBrick James. Not a fan of LeBron the way he left Miami, so he still has a bad taste in my mouth as a Heat fan as well. But I'm not stupid enough to say that he's not a top 5 talent in the history of the NBA. All right. Okay. And then you have, some Chris Broussard over at Fox Sports saying that they should trade Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo for Ben Simmons and Kyrie Irving. What are you smoking? All right. Some of these guys on cable television, you have no credibility whatsoever. Russo, has no credibility whatsoever. All right, so we're gonna play Florida. Oh, we're gonna play Florida. Florida ducked us when we became good, and guess what? Florida will have to play us because think about it. All right, just think about it. Fans won't go to games. Let me tell you, they go to games that matter. They go to the Clemson game. Okay, when Clemson's been here, they go into the Notre Dame game. They've gone to Florida State. Okay, so the fan base will go to games. First off, they're winning because Miami fans will not spend money if you're not winning. All right, we let our collegiate teams and our professional teams know that if you're not going to put a product on the field that's good, we're not going to support you. Okay, we may support you from the television screen, but we're not going to go to the games. That's something that, I go to the games, but that's something that the fan base in Miami is known for. Okay, so we'll get that straight. We don't let you take advantage of us is what I'm trying to say. You do something to prove yourself as a winner, the fans go. That's why the Heat, are sell out almost every night because the fan base trusts the Miami Heat. All right. The Dolphin fan base is pretty loyal, but even they at times have suffered from ticket sales and so on because of the product that they've had on the field. All right. But when the Miami Hurricane, first of all, ticket sales have gone up because everyone's excited about Cristobal. Okay. So just to let you know, the fan base will attend more games this year. But if you think that not going to the SEC, where you have teams like Georgia, which if Miami does go to the SEC, well, then likely they're going to be in the SEC East, which they're going to face Georgia. You don't think they'll face Florida? You don't think that Hard Rock Stadium will get packed with Georgia coming in? Okay. Florida coming in, possibly Clemson joining the SEC. You don't think that stadium is going to average over 60,000 people? All right. If we don't go to the SEC and have those teams coming in, this is an event. Russo, you're full of crap. I don't think you believe what you're saying. You suck as a commentator. All right. When Paul Feinbaum's eyes roll to the back of his head because he thinks you're full of it, you're full of it. Right. You guys do not know anything. And that is why more people go to independent media like myself. All right. Like Inside the U. Okay. Like other Dolphin podcasts and Heat podcasts. Then listen to you guys on the major sports networks or cable networks because they don't believe you. They don't trust you. All right. And they think that you talk down to their fan base. Right. So Maddog, Russo, just to let you know, the U will be back. All right. Eventually, the U will be back. Maybe not this year, but in years to come, the U will be back. We're building something special here because this coaching staff this coaching staff that is presently on campus, all right, at the University of Miami, has a history of winning. From the head coach, who, by the way, if you think he's a slouch, let me tell you a little bit about his resume. All right. As I've said in previous videos, GA and a national championship winning team at the University of Miami. Okay. He coached at Alabama as an assistant coach. All right. Under Nick Saban, national championship winning Nick Saban, that Nick Saban. All right. He won 2 Pac-12 titles over at Oregon. Okay. He won a Rose Bowl as well, a major bowl game, something that UM has not done in years. I think since Larry Coker was the head coach. All right. And I'm talking about post-national championship. Since Larry Coker was that coach, Miami hasn't done that in years. The only one that's won a bowl game has been Mark Richt. Okay. So that's the only one. And then after that, nada. So he's done more in his tenure at Oregon than most coaches, most of the last few coaches in years at the University of Miami have done. And let's not forget, the reason FIU got his first bowl game victory as a member of the Sun Belt Conference because Mario Cristobal was his head coach. Oh, you didn't know that, did you, Russo? Because you don't care, right? You don't care, right? You just want clickbait. That's what you want to do. You want to open your mouth and talk about the fan base here, talk about our coaching staff, which hasn't even stepped on the field yet, but has proven to have made strides in recruiting and talent development. They have the guys. How many football teams could say that they have Jason Taylor, a Hall of Fame defensive end, as an analyst? We have the #1 recruiter of the year in Jamel Adai. We have the top assistant of the year in Josh Gaddis. We have a runner-up and assistant of the year, the Bros Award winner of the year, in Kevin Steele. We have Charlie Strong as a linebacker coach and co-defensive coordinator. What is wrong with you, Russo? That is why people like you do not belong on television, because you don't know what you're saying. And you're the reason why cable news, sports cable news, is dying and needs to die. Because independent media is where people are going to get the truth and get good analysis with integrity and respect. All right? So, Russo, you can go back to Sirius Radio, whatever you're doing, because you're not welcome here in the 305. All right? And the Miami fan base will not forget, and they'll let you have it. All right, for everybody, that's it for me. That's my little rant. All right? I hope you like what you heard. If you like what you heard, please like, subscribe, and share to 305 Sports Now. And if you also want to join our Facebook family, please go to Facebook, 305 Sports Now. Hit that like button and follow, and you're part of the Facebook family. All right, that's it for me. I am Will. Please remember to stay safe, and God bless. See you soon.